Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Welcome to the Dhammapada program. Today we are going to discuss the verse number 63 of the chapter on fools. Buddha said that if a foolish individual were to become aware that he is foolish, by virtue of that awareness, he could be described as a wise person. On the other hand, if a foolish person were to think that he is wise, he could be described as a foolish person. So this is very important advice for most of us. We always try to think that I am better than the other person, I am wiser than the other. So, yo balo manyati balayam. That means if a foolish person knows he is foolish, the implications of this stanza is that the true wisdom is found in the awareness of reality. If one is aware of one's own foolishness, that awareness makes him wise. The basis of true wisdom is the right knowledge of things as they really are. Those who are foolish but are given to believe that they are wise are truly foolish, because that basically false awareness colors the totality of their thinking. A balu, the foolish person, a foolishness is the result of confusion, moha, and unawareness, which is called avijja in Pali. Unawareness is the primary root of all evil and suffering in the world. Veiling man's mental eyes and preventing him from seeing his own true nature. It carries with it the delusion which tricks beings by making life appear to them as permanent, happy, personal, and desirable. It prevents us from seeing that everything in reality is impermanent, liable to suffering, void of I and mind, and basically undesirable. Unawareness or avijja in Pali is defined as not knowing the Four Noble Truths, namely suffering, its origin, its cessation, and the way to its cessation, and the way to its cessation, the path to its cessation. As avijja is the foundation of all evil and suffering, it stands first in the formula of dependent origination, if you were to use the old form. Avijja should not be regarded as the causeless cause of all things. It has a cause too. The cause of it is stated as with the rising of asava, there is the rising of avijja. No first beginning of avijja can be perceived. We cannot see. Before which avijja was not, and after which it came to be. Because no first beginning of avijja can be perceived. But it can be perceived that avijja has its specific condition as unawareness, avijja, still exists, even in a very subtle way, until the attainment of arahantship, of full enlightenment, of perfection. It is counted as the last of the 10 fetters, which bind beings to the cycle of rebirths. As the first two roots of evil, greed and hate, are on their part rooted in unawareness, and consequently all unwholesome states of mind are inseparably bound up with it. Confusion, moha, is the most obstinate of the 3 roots of evil. Avijja is one of the asavas, influences in English, that motivates behavior if it is often called an obscurant, but does not appear together with the usual list of 5 obscurants. Unawareness, or the avijja in Pali, of the truth of suffering, its cause, its end, and the way to its end, is the chief cause that sets the cycle of life, samsara, we call in Pali, in motion. The cycle of life in motion is called samsara. In other words, it is the not knowingness of things as they truly are, or of oneself as one really is. It clouds all right understanding. Avijja is the blinding obscurant that keeps us trapped in this cycle of rebirth. Says the Buddha, when unawareness is destroyed and turned into an awareness, the chain of causation is shattered, as in the case of the Buddhas and Arahants, the enlightened ones. In the holy book of Itivuttaka, the Buddha states, those who have destroyed avijja and have broken through the dense darkness of avijja will tour no more in samsara, because they have ended the rebirth. Therefore, it is important to understand who we are. The meaning of the Buddha's this verse, that was the cause, the reason for uttering this. Balo yo balayam manyati tene so pandito vapi balocha pandita mani Sovi balo ti uchati. If a foolish individual were to become aware that he or she is foolish, simply because of that awareness, he or she could be described as a wise person. Also, on the other hand, if a foolish person were to think that he is wise, he could be described as a foolish person. So it's good to be aware, who am I? Don't let the avijja to control you. Try to win the avijja by wisdom. May you all be well and happy.